Hey, back, it's me, and well, here it is again. It's March 2025 issue of SFX, and well, this is interesting because it's 30 years of SFX. Blooming heck, I do remember SFX when it came out. Oh God, yes, I do. It's been a brilliant period of time, as you can see, all the shows that it's covered and what has happened. It's been really quite a golden age of things, which sadly I feel may be coming to an end in some areas. But look at that. Look who's on the cover. It's Buffy. Look at Buffy. Wasn't that a great series? As they all are. If we look here, we can see we have got, say, Buffy. There's X-Files, Mulder and Scully. I don't know this person, but I know it's from Game of Thrones and is extremely popular. This one, I don't know. It could be Stranger Things. I know that's another series that's very popular. Mandalorian, yeah. And of course, Doctor Who we've got there, which is with David Tennant and Billy Piper. And then, look at this. And I liked it a lot certainly when it first started, which is Andrew Lincoln in The Walking Dead. He played the brilliant role he was as... his name? Grimes, was it? Yeah. And as a policeman, he was brilliant, absolutely brilliant in that. Nick Grimes, I think. Yeah, that was it. He's absolutely brilliant in that. So they're just some mentions, and then there's other things here. So what we'll do is we'll go through it and see what's what, shall we? Or what isn't. Right. So what have we got first? We have got now In the Lost Lands, which is a cinema film, which is going in the cinemas on 14th of March. It's a violent fairy tale. Look at that. It's a film that is going to appear and possibly disappear. I don't know. I've not heard anything about it until I've just seen that. But so a reminder is it's called In the Lost Lands. Could be good. I don't know, but there it is. Then we've got a bit more. What's this? It's from a comic issue, which is Godzilla versus the Fantastic Four, and that's coming out. New comic. It's quite good. Look at that. Powerful illustration there. Then what else? We've got Ghost Stories. It's on a UK tour, apparently. So this is at the theatre. There we are. See that? Then we have got, what else we got here? The Dracula File. Oh, it's sort of a book, but with illustrations of Bram Stoker's Dracula. Look at that. Powerful illustration there. Absolutely. Look at that. Fantastic. So that looks interesting. Then we've got here Thundercats Lost. It's in a comic. I don't know the Thundercats that much at all, to be honest, but I have heard the name mentioned, but there we are. If you're interested in Thundercats, yeah, there's a new issue coming out. Then we've got a bit of Doctor Who stuff, which we get, and the more I look at, the more I despair. But it's all there. Oh, you wish it wasn't. But there is some interesting Big Finish news and stuff like that, which is okay, because, you know, particularly if it's old Who, then we're all right. Then there is here, and this doesn't surprise me, an obituary to David Lynch, who of course passed away recently. What can you say about David Lynch? He's just absolute master of cinema, absolutely. And of course for me, he directed one of my all-time favourite films, which nobody else likes as much, Dune, 1984. Without his vision, it wouldn't have been the same film. And what a brilliant man. And of course, The Elephant Man. I've got to mention The Elephant Man because it's so brilliant, isn't it? The Elephant Man is just brilliant. But he's just such a talented director. Those were just two films that popped out, but there's so many other ones that he was involved in. And of course, he was in the... connected with Twin Peaks and all that series I've not seen, which I know I perhaps should see at some time. So what a talent, and sadly missed. Now, here they're going through the 30 greatest shows of the SFX era. So these are 30 shows that throughout the period when this has been published, the 30-year celebration. And straight there, Babylon 5. Wow. Babylon 5, what a fantastic series. I loved it, and I've got all that on DVD. Absolutely loved it. I think it has, come out on Blu-ray, but I haven't got it. It's too expensive, but I'm happy with the DVD. Then we've got, I love this one as well. I've got this as well, Battlestar Galactica remake. That was fantastic. I've got all that on Blu-ray, and that's brilliant. Being Human. That was a great series. I haven't got that on a physical media form, but that was a great series, Being Human. I remember it was linked with BBC Three and all that stuff. And then, of course, in this period came Black Mirror. Ooh, wow. That really pushed the boundaries, didn't it, Black Mirror? Exactly what we wanted. Oh, what a series, anthology series. And of course, it's coming back. And can you see that? Yes. Do you remember that story? The USS Callista. Well, it's coming back. Another story from that. It's sort of a brilliant, absolutely brilliant it was. Oh, yeah. And then I look here, and who could not love Buffy the Vampire Slayer? What a series. Absolutely loved it. And of course, it had the spin-off series with Angel and Buffy. Great series, great memories. Then I remember this, but I never actually seen it. Carnival, that was mentioned a lot as really popular. Yeah. And then of course it's got here Doctor Who 2005, and which started off brilliantly with David Eccleston, and some of the earlier David Tennant stuff was quite good, but it never quite matched the heights of how brilliant the original classic Doctor Who is. But it was good then, compared with what's happened now. Russell T Davies at this time wasn't ideologically driven like he is now, and he just put out how Doctor Who should be, which is just telling stories and doing great characters and aliens. Sadly, that's gone right out of the window now, but it's nice to look back, and it did start well, and Eccleston was absolutely fantastic, and I think he, of course, knew exactly what was going on, and that's why he only did one series of Doctor Who, because he found out all this awful stuff that were going on, as we know. But there we are. Then we've got Farscape. Now, Farscape, I don't really know it that well. And yeah, I know how big it was. Farscape was so well loved. it's a series I don't know whether I should delve back into. I always got put off a bit by the sort of Muppet kind of puppet things that they use mixed with humans. But maybe I should give it a try sometime. I don't know. I'd be willing to. And then now look at this. Fringe. Oh, Fringe. What a series. I've got all that on Blu-ray. I just loved it. And Walter, what a character Walter was. Oh, boy. But they all were great. What a great series. I loved Fringe. But what a character Walter was. Wow. Yeah. Now, another series which actually I think has come back. It was from 1999 to 2003, 2008 to 2013, and 2023 to the present. 160 episodes. Futurama. Oh yeah, look at that. It was what a series, and we thought it had gone, but it's coming back. Yes, they're still making them. Fantastic. Game of Thrones. I know it is a big series and was very, very popular. And I suppose it feels like it's too late, but I never got into it. Maybe I should have done, but I know how important it was. It was an important series throughout this era, and has done some, I think, spin-off series as well with it. But Game of Thrones was the one, and I know how people absolutely adored it and loved it. How well thought of it is. Then there was The Good Place. I've heard of this one as well. The Good Place. I've never seen any episodes of it. And I know that is well thought of. Then there's a series I love, and I have got this on DVD. I ain't got a Blu-ray copy, but Life on Mars. Originality. And it was on BBC as well. What brilliant characters. And it was just fantastic series. What a series. Wow. Yeah, isn't it great, this issue, going back, looking at all these series. And then Lost. Oh, Lost. I know Lost sometimes got a bit of flack. But when you look back at it in reality, it is one of the great, truly great series. What a concept. Brilliant characters, and the way it delved into all sorts of areas, and it just got better and better. And a lot of people didn't like it, and I loved all the shifts in time, and wow, what a series. It was absolutely brilliant. Even the ending is controversial, but hey, I thought he had to come up with an ending, and they came up with one, and that is okay. But I loved it. Odyssey 3, you see, that one got cancelled, but I know that was so well thought of as well. It was the idea that this spacecraft was looking at the Earth, and the Earth had blown up. It blows up the whole Earth, and they have to go back in time and find out why that has happened. Fantastic concept. Now there's here something on Prime called Over the Green Wall. I don't know that one. Pushing Daisies. I have heard of that one, and I do remember it, but I have never watched it. That wasn't quite, as I remember, well thought of. And of course, look at this. This is a giant. Stargate SG-1. Brilliant. Brilliant sci-fi. Brilliant storytelling. I thought it was great. Some might argue it got a bit repetitive in places, some of the stories and that. I loved it. It was something you could just love and sit and enjoy. Switch your brain off, fantastic. And then, at the other extreme, this Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I've just been getting back into it a bit. I've just ordered season 4 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I want to watch some of them again. It's been too expensive to buy the whole set, but I've got some sets and I'm just sort of building it up. Deep Space Nine, great characters, great concepts. Wow, Deep Space Nine, love it, absolutely love it. It was one of the great Star Trek series. Why can't they make Star Trek like that now? This mass rubbish that we just had. Star Trek was great then. Then Star Trek, The Clone Wars. Again, it's not one I've seen. I know a lot of people really like it. It sounds like it is quite a good series. It hasn't been spoiled or anything by some stuff that's happened recently. But that one sounds good, but I've not seen it. It's an animated series as well. I've just not seen it. And of course, then the next one, The Mandalorian. Now, I have managed to see The Mandalorian, and I agree. Though the last, they did a third series of The Mandalorian. I don't think it was as good. I think it was a drop in quality. But the others were really good. Fantastic series. Stranger Things. Everybody raves about Stranger Things. I've never seen it, but I suspect it's something that I probably would like. But there we are. That's how it is. You can't see everything. But Stranger Things, I know, is well thought of, and I think it's coming back. Supernatural. It was one of those massive series that I just didn't really follow or get into, but I know it's a lot of fans of that series. Maybe it did go on a bit too long. I don't know. There's a massive amount of episodes, but, you know, it did have its fans who really loved it. Then there is The Terror, which it says is 20 episodes. He's on ITVX and he's still going. I know nothing about The Terror at all. Torchwood, Children of Earth. Yes, I remember that. It was good, though I tended to think Torchwood lost its way a bit. I don't think some of those later things where they did like mini-series were as good. Sad, really. But sorry. Excuse me. Yeah. But yeah. Torchwood. No, it was okay. But I wasn't overgrown with it. Twin Peaks: The Return. Now, Twin Peaks, again, is something I really should have got into and watched, and I think I probably would have enjoyed it, but they did bring it back, The Return, and a lot of people still love Twin Peaks. That's a great series. Ultraviolet. Now, again, I remember this one. This was a modern take on vampires. Brilliant series. I haven't actually got a copy of that physical media, but I do remember it well. And then, of course, look at that. Andrew Lincoln in The Walking Dead, the original. Oh, yeah. I mean, oh, brilliant series. It brought together so many ideas and so much. A lot of people may think, and I think I might agree with them, it did seem to go on towards the end a bit too much and lost some of its way. But I still think generally at the heart of the series it was still very good. But Andrew Lincoln left, of course. They had to carry it on in other ways. And it's also, look at how many spin-off series it's spawned as well. So in that view, it's a big program, a big show. The fact of what it's done, brilliant. Watchmen, 2019, 9 episodes. I've not seen that, so I don't really know much about Watchmen. I've heard about it. Then, of course, the phenomena of the 90s, the X-Files, 1993 to 2002, and 2016 to 2018. Listen to this, 218 episodes. At its height, the X-Files was absolutely fantastic. Again, it may have gone on too long and what have you, bringing various series back and what have you, not quite as it was originally. But certainly I probably up to, I don't know, series 9 maybe. It was brilliant. Even then afterwards, it still could be okay, but it's still a great series. Absolutely love the X-Files. You know, it's just amazing series. And that's it. That's the end of the list. then we've got this film which has been mentioned now. I've seen it mentioned, Mickey 17, and this is I think it's a robot thing. I may be wrong on that one. I'm not quite sure, really, to be honest. But I need to read about it. But I know it's at the cinemas from the 7th of March, it says here. So I'm not sure about this, but it sounds interesting. I suppose I will find out more as I go along. I think it could be on my artificial intelligence, something like that. Then we've got The Wheel of Time, which I've never seen, and I think it could be on Apple TV. I'll just check. Wheel of Time. Prime Video, actually. So it's on Prime Video. And I have Prime Video, but I've never seen it. Wheel of Time. Yeah, by heck. You know, you can't watch everything at all. It's true. You know, you're watching all sorts of things. Anyhow, there's The Wheel of Time. Then what else have we got? Let's see. Just move some on. Now, I'll put this up because there's a new season. It says it's the final one of Stranger Things. So there it is. And that is a big series. I acknowledge that because everybody talks about it. And I've never seen it yet. But yeah, there's a lot here. Questions and answers, interviews, I think, with various actors from the series. I know it's got such a good reputation. And then there's more interviews with I think the cast and the people behind it. It's on Netflix apparently, but it hasn't given a particular date yet of when it must be coming soon on Netflix. So if you're a fan, you're going to be pretty excited. I think it's, as I said, the final season of that one. Then we've got, I'll just very quickly show you, costumes from that terrible Star Trek series, Section 31, which was absolutely appalling. It really was awful. It's the worst thing, one of the worst things I have seen this year in anything. My advice is, if you've not seen it, well, try it, but be prepared to be thinking, what the hell is that? It certainly wasn't Star Trek. Then there's a retro of a film called Deathline. I'm sure a lot of people who like horror will have heard of Deathline. Donald Sutherland's in it, though not a massive part. It's almost like when he popped up to make these appearances for some money. That Deathline, mind the doors, is a phrase that people always mention from it. It's set on the underground, and he says available on Blu-ray. Yeah, I've got it on thing. I think I do enjoy it, but I think it might be slightly overrated. It's enjoyable, but people do go on about it, and maybe it is a bit more overrated, but it's enjoyable, and that's what it's all about, in it, you know. And then there's review section, and this is not surprising. Captain America: Brave New World has got 3 stars, and I think that might reflect what I've heard about it. People haven't said it was terrible. What the people have been responding to in their reviews, but they don't think it's the best of, they think of the weakest of all the Captain America films. But I'd say 3 is a pretty strong, good, set of, assessment of it, I think. So that's good, I think, we can't be negative on all these things. So, I'd give it a watch. I think, even though I've not been into, I think I've had enough of Marvel, but I think he's got enough about it, Captain America as a character has done, then I would definitely give it a chance. Definitely. Then this film was very popular, The Monkey. The Monkey has popped up. They've given it 3.5. Yeah, from assessments and reviews, something I definitely look forward to watching, The Monkey. I think it's a Stephen King story, something like that. But it looks absolutely amazing. Now, there's a film here which has got creepy dolls, and it's something I've not heard mentioned, but we might hear mentioned. Listen to this. It's The Rule of Jenny Penn, and it's released 14th of March, and it's got John Lithgow in it. And when I heard John Lithgow mentioned, I think, wow, that's going to be good. There it is. You see this? This could be a film that we've not heard too much about, but we could start hearing about. We'll see what happens, but that we're going to hear, certainly in a few weeks, we will hear about this. That's called The Rule of Jenny Penn. So get out for that one. Then I've heard a lot of people talk about this. I've never watched it. It's another Star Wars spin-off series, Skeleton Crew. Again, I didn't hear too good positive things about it, but decide yourself what you think about it. Star Wars TV has been a mixed bunch, hasn't it, really? Now there's an animated release of another Spider-Man version, and this is called Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 1. An animated. You see the difference a bit in the animation there. It might be worth checking out, especially if you're, liking Spider-Man. Then that might just be something to check out. Yeah. Oh, you probably know about it. There's people like me who have no idea, but might be well worth checking out. And then there's a film I've talked about already, and it's got 3 stars, The Gorge. I really loved it. There's a mixture of genres and what have you. I don't think they're quite as enthusiastic as I was. And maybe if I watch it again, I might temper down a bit, or I might not. But I loved it. I like the concept and the mix of genres, because it is a mix of genres. I think they're a bit more critical than I am of it, but they gave it 3 stars. And it's got Anya Taylor-Joy in it. I love her. She's a brilliant actress. She gives such great performances. Maybe I got bowled away by her performance, but I like the concept, and I thought it was I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Then we've got The Terminal Man, which is released on Blu-ray. Kronos, which again is out on 4K Blu-ray. So 4K and Blu-ray, Kronos. Let's have a look. I think we're going there. Yeah, I have gone on a lot today. There's just more sort of book reviews. Some more comics here. Look at this. Look at Superman. Very different Superman there. Absolute Superman. Very different there. Then there's a quiz about computers in films. There we are. Next month we've got Return to US Callister. Look, it's all going to be about Black Mirror and the return to that brilliant story. It was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, we've got that, and they've got Andor and The Last of Us. Brilliant. And then we've got a look at a computer game of Doctor Who, Destiny of the Doctors. There we are. Captain Kronos, 50 quid. I haven't bought it, but it does look excellent. It does. We can't afford it, everybody, but those that can, I'm sure you've really enjoyed Captain Kronos. There's another box set. There's a lot of them coming out. It says Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, which, you know, is a good film. I'm quite happy with what I've got of that. I've got it already on Blu-ray, but it is a nice box set if people like that. Anyhow, that's it. Yeah, I have gone on too long. So, if you're new to the channel, well, I hope you've enjoyed it. Please subscribe. And we'll let you know when I put out videos. As you can see on playlists, I do all sorts of things. I do TV, film reviews, and a bit of music. So you might find something you enjoy. And if you have any comments, please put your comments down. I love to read your comments. And also, if you like this, please, if you do really like this video, give it a like. If you give it a like, it gets it onto YouTube so other people might enjoy it. That's it. I've gone on far too long, so all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.